Alright, I'm back. I'm still in traffic. I'm almost home, but I'm very impatient. So anyways, just want to fill you in on a little bit about who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Let's see. I spent some time in the Marine Corps, and in 1993-94, I got out of the Corps, and I was married to a young lady at that time. And when I came back to Austin, Texas, life was pretty decent, but I guess I wasn't alright when I came back from the Corps. I didn't do things the way most people did things, and I was pretty aggressive, and it created a lot of problems within my first marriage. I worked nightclubs, I was a bouncer, and you know, working in a nightclub, you do some bouncers do things not the legal way, right? So let's just say I got kind of caught up in a game, and I was a good person, but I made some really bad choices. And so anyways, needless to say, I ended up moving to Seattle with my first wife, and once we got to Seattle, things didn't improve, and we divorced. And so I came back to Texas, and I found my second wife. Guess where? Back at the club again. And we spent some time getting to know one another. Not really, but we got caught up in the game again. And we ended up moving to Houston to get away from it. And there was a time that I just didn't want to be with her, and I was ready to break up and walk out the door. I had my shit packed up and ready to go. And the day I told her, I said, yo, I'm out of here. And she told me, well, you can't leave, I'm pregnant. And at that time, I was like, oh, fuck, great, what have I done? What am I into? I'm a good guy, I guess, I better stick around and do the right thing. And her side of the family's like, you better marry her, you better get married, this, that, and the other. And I felt obligated to, and so I did. And not that much further into us having the baby, we were still heavy in the game of things, and my son at the time, who was probably 3 years old at this time, he was taken away from us by his grandparents, my wife at the time, her father and her stepmom. I'm just pulling in my driveway or in my garage. So they took him away, and I was pretty upset. I was really upset, and this was in 1998, and I tried to kill myself. I won't go into graphic details on why I did what I did and how I did it, but let's just say because of what I did, I ended up having that traumatic experience and losing my voice for 15 years. I went away to what we'll call a country club for about 18 months, and when I got out of the country club, I finally started to get my shit together for a change. I still didn't seek any sort of help, I know a lot of soldiers get out with PTSD, and they're readily recognizable these days, and they go and they get treatment and help and all that other stuff. But I didn't do it. I fought it. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm a man. I don't get sick. I don't have these kind of issues. But needless to say, I started to get my shit together. I met a woman, and she turned out to be my third ex-wife, whom I just recently in January finally ended the divorce proceedings. Finally ended, and I had a really good job. I know I'm jumping around a lot, and this is not supposed to be perfect, but I'm doing the best I can. That's how my brain works. I jump from thing to thing to thing. But anyways, we had a really good relationship for a while. We were together from 2000 until recently. We didn't get married though until 2008. And let me close my garage. We didn't get married until 2008, and at the time we were kind of dabbling in some things, and it just didn't proved to be very, very healthy for either one of us. And we got married, and, you know, things were okay for a while. I finally got my ass back to school, and, you know, I tried to figure out what it was that I wanted to do, because I had a little girl coming on the at this time, and finally, I'm getting old, and I had to figure out something. I had to go do something, because I had a baby girl coming, and I was excited about it. I needed to do right. So I went to school, and I went to school to become a licensed chemical dependency counselor, and I liked it, man. It was cool. I really did enjoy it. And my last year of school, I was doing an internship for an agency here in Austin, and I ended up at the end of my internship. They had a position, but right before school ended, they had to fill it, and I ended up not getting the licensed chemical dependency LCDC position at this particular agency. And so I was a little bit worried, but my boss there, he was cool as fuck. He was all tatted up. He was an ex-heroin user, and he was an LCDC, and, I looked up to him. He was a good man. He was a really genuinely good man. He cared for people, and, he hooked me up. He got me a job in the mental health side of chemical addiction, and so I went to work as a peer specialist at this agency. And, it's not quite the credentialing as an LCDC, but it was a good job, man. I enjoyed it. I actually got to do a job where I used my lived experience and help people achieve their goals and things like that. And I loved it, and it was great. I made a lot of friends, but it was more of a client employee, I wouldn't say doctor, but doctor-patient kind of relationship, because in my role, I'm a social worker, I'm LCDC, and I'm a peer support specialist. So anyhow, I was helping these guys out. In 2012 is when I started this, and I had met this gentleman who was homeless here in Austin, and I worked with him. I worked with him for many years, up until when I got let go from my job in September of 2015. What happened was, this gentleman had been fighting for social security disability, and he asked me if I would help him. And of course, I've worked with him all these years. He was a good guy. He's trying to get his shit together. We're working on getting him an apartment. He's getting his medical attention for his mental disabilities. All the shit. He was getting his shit together. Okay, and so I said I'd help him. And a couple days before his court date, which there's a long story behind him. He had tried to get it many times and failed. He got denied, and because of this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to help him, and the fact that he was getting his shit together, and he was about to become a normal human being in what we deem, a normal society, whatever. But anyhow, 2 days before his court date, my company came to me and told me, we don't want you going in there and helping him out. And I was like, what? Said, yeah, it's against company policy. If you get up on the stand, we got to get our lawyers, we got to do all this, that, and the other. Sorry about that light, man. You just can't say anything because there's this thing called HIPAA. It's a violation of HIPAA. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. He asked me to help him. He's not like he's so, he's not displaying any mental illness problems where his thinking's not clear and what have you. He wants me to generally sit there and help him and explain to the judge that, yes, he has a diagnosis. This is what his diagnosis is. This is what I've experienced with him over the years, and this is why he needs Social Security. And my company was like, no, not going to happen. And inside, I had an internal struggle with it. And I had recently changed positions, and I was working for a different entity within the company that I was at. So I struggled with, what should I do? Let me get out of here. What should I do? Should I not help him out? Should I do as my company says? And of course, hell, man, I don't do things the way people do things. I like to do things on my own, but I felt in my heart this was the right thing to do. So I I told the dude, I said, I'm coming with you. You know, I'm going to go to court with you, and I'm going to speak on your behalf. And sure enough, I did. And it was like a Thursday. And my boss had tried to call me on Friday, but it was like after I got off the clock. So I'm like, sweet. You know, I got away with it. You know, I did the right thing, and I still got away with it. And things are cool. God dang it, sorry about that. Things are good. So I went home, I enjoyed my weekend, and then Monday I get a call. You need to come into the office. So I'm like, great, you know. So I go into the office, and they go, you know, we're sorry, we're going to have to let you go. And so, needless to say, I was let go on September 7th of 2015. Anyhow, prior to that, I'd always been looking at online on the internet, looking for different opportunities, and I know most of this shit is scams, man, and I just knew there had to be something out there. There had to be something out there that was legit and real, and at the same time, I'm going through my third divorce, and you know, I'm let go from my job. I'm going through a divorce. I'm just all kinds of shit going on in my head. And so I'm looking, I'm buying stuff. You know, the ex, she ends up giving me some money. I'm not going to bore you with those details. That's a whole different world and a whole different story. But anyhow, I ended up getting a little bit of money through this whole divorce thing. And every single penny that I had is gone, okay? And for good reasons. You know, I paid off my car, I bought a house. Well, I didn't buy it. I'm currently on mortgage with pretty steep monthly payments. So anyways, you know, I spent a lot of money trying to find the right online business. And some of them were pretty good and legit, but once you got them, they left you high and dry. They didn't, you know, there's nobody there to help you or guide you and tell you what to do. And I guess it was December, I finally joined Traffic Monsoon. You know, I heard a bunch of hype about it because, you know, once you're on the internet for a while, you start hearing things or, you know, reading things from this, that, and the other, and you start to know who was who. I still didn't really know a lot of people, but the names were starting to come familiar. And so this one guy that I saw all the time on the internet sending out, you know, sending stuff to me and what have you, I took the lead, man, and I went and I joined Traffic Monsoon. And then I felt like he disappeared. I know he's out there somewhere. I'm going to get in touch with him, you know, again, because I reached out to him once. And it's my fault. I didn't take action enough and stay on top of things because I was on too many other things and chasing shiny object after shiny object. And so, you know, needless to say, that's why I'm at where I'm at, and, you know, I'm doing okay, but I'm not making enough money to live on, which that's going to be my priority right now is to make enough money to get by. Right now, I'm staying positive, okay? And I've got the right people in my corner right now. I just got to get on top of my game, and that's what these videos are about, being on top of my game, and to remind me, you know, hey, I got some people out there that are looking up to me that want to follow in my footsteps and not make the same fucking mistakes that I made. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. And I just, you know, I didn't want to make these videos because I was too paranoid about the way I sound and this, that, and the other, and just talking about nonsense, which I probably am. I don't care. But I owe that to this guy that I don't know him. Okay, I've chatted him a few times, and I've seen him on Leaders League 360, and his name is Rob Frazier. All right, Frazier. Sorry, Rob. He's a Marine, you know, former Marine like I was, and I don't know. I just something about listening to him and doing his videos snapped, and here I am. I'm making my videos. You know, I never say things. It's never too late to start. But don't piss around and not take action. I took action, but I took action on too many things that I got myself lost. That I had to stop everything and reevaluate what I'm doing. I still got a lot on my plate right now, but they all come, it's all, you know, one big part of the puzzle that I'm working on. Just to give you an idea, I am with Leaders League 360, which is a funnel system. Yellow Brick Road, which is another funnel system. And one of the main excuse my words, I can't remember what it's called right now, but the driving force behind it is the power lead system, all right? So with the Yellow Brick Road, it's just the power lead system. With Leaders League 360, you got Traffic Monsoon, you got Beyond Push, and we're working with Automated Wealth Network, and so they're like back to back with the power lead system. And so, you know, that's one big funnel, and you're getting an income through all 4 of these, all right? Now, if you ain't driving any traffic, you ain't getting no income because ain't nobody buying the products, and so on and so forth. And I'll get into that later on down the line in a little more detail, because this was supposed to be more about me and my story, so you could understand who I was and let you know that I'm a decent human being. I've changed my life a long time ago. So what I used to do, you know, it's because I was trying to medicate myself. Because I didn't take care of my PTSD. I didn't take care of the other issues that I was dealing with. And I've done that over the years. And I've gotten lots of therapy. And I'm still angry and pissed off, but I think it's more about me. I was listening to some motivational things yesterday, and I got to look inside myself, and I need to let go of the past. I'll get there. But right now, I'm focused on today, because tomorrow, I may not be here. And I gotta stay motivated. And right now it's almost 8 o'clock. Finally, that was a little bit of a drive and a little bit of a conversation here. But now's my time to go get motivated and do some things I need to do, and I'll come back at you later. Savannah Black, I'm coming back.